is Man-Made Radio online.
It's just hit 1 p.m. here on the coast of South Africa, and I'm now joined in studio here at MMR by one of my old friends and favorite local dissident noisemakers, Matt Gracie of the fresh and upcoming hardcore / metal act Ghast, as well as Justin. Nice surprise. Good to see you, man. How you guys doing today, man?
Very good. Very good.
Thanks to you, bro. Thanks for having us.
I'm alright, eh? I'm
that's very
alright,
nice.
yeah. What are you guys doing for New Year's?
Standing in Woolworths for their air conditioning.
Standing in Woolworths.
Yeah.
You mean at midnight? You're going to break in? Or
No, I'm not just going to stay there.
You're just going to stay there?
He's going to go to the one there, the 24 hours at the petrol station.
Yeah. The
Oh, yeah. Curfew's not a thing.
yes.
We
Yeah,
can
no,
just
I
hang
can-
out in Woolworths, like the petrol station.
I can actually
Woolworths.
take my time choosing which yogurt I want now.
Yeah, like which flavor Doritos? Like now there's like a whole bunch. It's
That's
like
Woolies,
bro.
dude. There's no Doritos at Woolies.
No, they've got the petrol station.
They
Like
got
it's part of the thing.
Woolritos.
Organic cage-free Doritos. All right, I think we've actually all been involved in the local hardcore punk metal alternative, whatever scene you want to call it, here in the Bay, Caibs, PE, as well as South Africa as a whole, for quite some time now. When did you guys start your music journey and how? Like, which band was actually your first band? How did it all begin for you?
Wow.
Let's go right back to the beginning.
I mean, I think I met you in 2011 when at Half Price, when my first band I played with, Shackles.
2011.
Yeah, and
That's
Half
like a whole
Price
entire
we opened with Half Price at Jesters, and that was the first time I played a show of like myself in
Shackles and Sherry.
Yeah, in
Yes,
2011.
yes.
Remember, you had no hair.
Long time ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Well, almost 11. That's how I think.
Wow.
Maths.
Okay. Yeah, and then
You don't need to think that hard.
and in the same year, I think was Justin's. I met Justin in his band that was playing.
Which
at the
band
same
was
year.
that?
At the time, that was Banquet of Traders.
Banquet of Traders. Oh,
Yeah.
Is there any recordings of that band online?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are actually.
They are.
Regrettably.
Check that. Regrettably. Is that because of like the songs, or because of the recording quality, or because of like what?
Like one of the tracks turned out to be like a bit of a fluke, but we didn't actually end up putting enough time and effort into putting like decent releases out. Apart from the one song, and also we were like young students, so we weren't really focused on putting the work in. It was more about the jol at the time.
Just partying, bro. It's all about the mob.
Yeah, I mean, I was just really wanting to play anything at that stage.
Yeah.
Like I just any
Just
show.
you just
any
want to
band.
music.
Yeah,
just want
exactly,
to music. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, no grammar.
Yeah. So in our local town here, we recently had that Rocking the Petunias mini fest, where down at Ziggy's Rock and Reggae. And it was quite a eclectic and like colorful mix of musicians. I mean, they had like my other band, who I suppose could be called like alternative metal or like stoner rock or something like that. But they also had like local singer-songwriters and acoustic folk kind of guys like Daniel J, Bell and the Beard, many other people, local guys. Do you think events like that can work for people in our scenes, where we throw things into like a melting pot and just see what happens? Or do you reckon it's best to like keep the various genres and subcultures or countercultures separate from one another?
I think the context is kind of important.
Yeah.
Like the intention, at least in my opinion, of someone who spends a stupid amount of money on music and time, I don't really know the answer to that, because it really does depend on the context. Like things get popular when it's relevant to people.
Yeah.
And I think obviously a melting pot is awesome for variety and going out and everyone gets a taste of everything. But I mean, I don't really know, because it's like like the Rocking Petunias in like 2011, 2012, it was massively big, but it had like this wrestling cage with a, there was like a wrestling ring. There was a wrestling ring and everything. So it had this very like, it was very specific to the context of the bands, made sense. I don't know, like I think for hardcore metal, I don't think that works the same way. Like it works when people feel like they're getting like a community experience out of it, less so of like an evening out where you pay for a band and there's this whole like exchange.
See,
commodity
that's the thing,
exchange.
is you're right with the whole context thing, because like subjectively that feels like a community thing for me. Like being at a hardcore metal event is a community based thing for me, because it's like it's your community.
Yeah.
It's like you're there with each other, everyone knows each other, you're connected to this like counterculture, like this like band of like misfits and outcasts, but then like to the outsiders of that community, it's like they see it as like dangerous, or it's like a big night out, or like exciting, but to us it's like we're just hanging out.
I
just hanging out, like
the context I completely agree with. I think unless like the context is people who just desperately love music, I don't think a mix like that would really, or it would be very difficult to pull off. It would be a cool thing to see, like as a music fan and music lover. But as far as trying to get that right in PE, it might be a bit challenging at the moment, just with how few people, I think, and bands are prepared to play live at the moment. Just obviously.
Never mind even mixing it up with like,
well, yeah, like
other cultures and genres and stuff.
We obviously, if any band, any genre is like, let's play with Ghast, I mean, we think they're crazy because it's loud and fast and, very aggressive. So obviously we're keen. We always love to play, but we're also going to be like, I don't think it's appropriate that like we're going to play it like, Blue Waters Cafe on a Sunday morning.
Something good, something good. People chowing their milkshakes and just like,
exactly. Like, and it's very, and it is like, I mean, there's no like gating of which show we'd play. We just would obviously advise them to turn down the lights and make sure it's like,
Yeah, I don't think we're very quickly going to play like a 1 o'clock in the afternoon show on the back of a truck.
No. I don't think that's going to happen. No. Unless you do like an Arctic Monkeys cover or something.
But your question of community is important to us. That's why we started Ghast and we started our little our studios, because like
reconnect.
It's purely to connect with people. That's it.
Now, speaking of, earlier we were also discussing an upcoming show and event here in Gab's PE, which involves both of our bands actually, in a very similar melting pot fusion kind of way, with some hardcore death metal, then all of a sudden ska, punk rock, or reggae rock, whatever you want to call us. Do you want to quickly tell us a little bit more about this event, what people can expect, what all the details are, what's going on here?
So to explain the event, you have to like think about Krebs's old shows from the day that were like in the Yacht Club or in a Diaz Hall. I mean, I played one of them in 2011. Like, it was like arranged by the bands, no liquor, no bar, nothing in between. It was purely about the show and the music, and the bands would do the sound, the bands would do the lighting, the bands would do the door, and
DIY.
And it basically what it allows anyone to come to the show, because bars have one is the actual age barrier for music, but also like a lot of people feel uncomfortable in spaces that involves like partying and alcohol and all of that. And it's not that we're against that at all. It's just that if we cut all the other peripheral stuff out and just focus on the three bands, in our case 3 bands, it could be 7.
We will see. It's going to evolve as
we hope so. But we have no expectations, and it's a show where
currently the lineup is Ghast,
Boiling Point, which is also a dope hardcore band from the city, and Undead Generation.
So, and both of those other bands are debuting. It's your first show, Ghast and Boiling Point. Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll see how awesome it is.
I think it's going to be dope. What I was more worried about was the gear situation, where they're all just like, it's such a PE thing, or like the local band thing. We're all just like sharing gear.
Yeah.
It's like, do you have a hi-hat, bro? Yeah. Do you have a guitar plector, bro? Yeah.
I mean,
do you have music theory knowledge, bro? Yeah.
No, we don't.
I'll give you some, bro. I got exits here.
Like literally there was a black Kadak or Adek, what's the name, that plastic brand box that went around PE between like 4 bands that had mic leads, and
I thought you were talking about my merch box that went missing.
No.
Traveled to people's house parties and things.
Dude, there's cables in there that were made in like 2005.
Like Arno Carstens was in grade 8 when that box was
that's been a supporting equipment box for like decades now.
Wow. Now, not only do you guys put a lot of work and energy and stuff into Ghast, your band, and various other music projects that you've had in the past, but you also have this Dire Noise thing going on. Can you tell us a bit about Dire Noise? What is it, and what role do you play in Dire Noise? What's going on there?
I think as far as the concept of it goes, Gracie will be able to explain better, and then maybe I can speak more about the function of it.
Yeah. So we wrote like music, like 3 or 4, 5 tracks with Ghast, and I was like, how are we going to, I hate to say package because I really don't want to say it's like a product.
It is what it is, fellas. It is what it is.
So we thought like, if we put our music up without having, it's there for people to download and have for free, but it's like, it doesn't come across as like a Reverb Nation, like squared, squashed image. It's actually like its own domain and its own space, and then we can bring other people on board and record and produce and publish through one channel. It's like, that's that community focused thing. There's no like, business is a discussion if you want to make like it a full-time gig, but for us, we just really want to pull everything together, because like there's a lot of music and bands that have existed in the city, and there's no like capturing of it. There's no like, you know, like,
kind of database,
it's kind of like that, an archive of it, but then in itself it works hand in hand with the events. I don't want to go
or PEpedia. That sounds a little weird. No,
I'm trying.
No, too far, fellas. Anyway, I think we're going to take a quick break, but before we do, would you like to just explain the music that we're about to hear, the initiatives surrounding it? What is it? We're listening to, I think, Saru. What's going on with that?
This is actually not even dire noise related, but there's this there was this fundraiser during lockdown. I think it's still going on. It's on Bandcamp. It's called the JHB, or Johannesburg Food Relief. So Food Not Bombs Josie. And this is one of the tracks off it that was really incredible. I thought it was such a cool piece of music.
Well, we'll be right back. Let's hear it. Here's Saru with Dark on MMR.
Things are going okay.
Alrighty, so we are back. I'm here in studio with Matt, Gracie, and Justin Steyn of local hardcore act Ghast. Gracie and Justine, I want to ask you some questions that are always fun to ask any performing artist or creative mind of any kind.
Yeah.
Where is your favorite place in the world to create and make music or write lyrics? And can you describe your creative process when you write the new music? Is it mostly like you, Gracie, that does the composing and writing, or is it like a very much a communal effort amongst the rest of the band too? How does it work? Where does it happen? Where does the magic happen?
Since we kind of started enjoying Ghast, Gracie's become like an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
Who just keeps putting music forward that I can't keep up with. I would say he is the main directive of writing, and then obviously when we have time, because work and life and things like that, we do of course enjoy writing together. But it's always kind of been a conversation really. He'll send me stuff, I'll write to it, and I'll have comments or whatever. We'll sit and kind of go through it.
We're very candid with each other, like about what we like and don't like. And I think because I've known him we've known each other for so long now, that it's very comfortable, writing, continuously to write, knowing that you'll have feedback from someone else in it.
Like a raw, actual feedback. Yeah. Non-censored. Like.
And we also, and this is something that we, the thing is, we're music fans. Like, I think if you term this like musicians, it would be, it's a bit difficult to put it that way. Like, we spend hours listening to music, and then we're like, oh wow, I want to do something cool like that. But it's not from like a, obviously we want to be professional and we want it to sound good, but we spend hours listening to very similar music, like relating to Ghast as well. So like when we write, it's from that, like, are we enjoying what we're writing? And then we give each other feedback of, no, that's terrible, that's too quick.
Are you saying like you don't want it to be like a copy paste kind of thing? You want your own originality coming through, and your own like raw expression, and your honesty coming through.
And the way we play is self-taught, so it's very like,
It's very interpretive in a way.
Yeah, like honest, basically.
Or trying to be.
That's good.
Yeah.
I dig it.
And just getting lower tuning every year.
I'm assuming you're going to be in drop Z.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
I think you just wrote in C.
Yeah, like I've got an octave.
I said drop Z.
But
you can extend the musical alphabet. Like. Yeah, man. So how did you guys actually find a drummer? That doesn't happen.
Funny story.
Quite a rare breed, eh?
Yeah, no, it's very, very. Trust me. So Justin stopped playing drums, and then when he started playing drums, he was like, he didn't start playing drums with like just a Tama kit again, and maybe 100 rand cymbals. He got a kit,
like
and
a Joey Jordison kind of hanging upside
amazing.
down.
Slowly now, Roscoe. Let's lower these people's expectations.
Like like a wrestling intro when people like there's sparklers. And, like that's how he walks into the performance room. With
can you smell what the rock is cooking? What are you talking about?
He's like the Cadbury's gorilla.
Oh man, bro. I'm picturing like John Cena behind a kit now. This is like that's awesome, man.
I actually want to record that now.
Yeah,
you got to do it. Undead does a cover of that, the John Cena theme song.
Okay.
Yeah.
For real? Yeah. We'll
do it at the show. So yeah, come to the.
Please do.
What is the date? 29th.
All right. So right? Can we? The details of the show. The 29th of January at the Warmer Scout Hall. Yeah. And the gates will open at 4:00. There's a braai, and there are 3 bands. And
so far,
there could be more. We never know. You never know. Maybe.
And we will do a John Cena cover.
Yeah. We will.
John Cena set, man. You can't just keep it to one track.
I feel like there already is a John Cena song leaving SA, so maybe you got to just another wrestler. Why not another wrestler?
Because John Cena had like the dopest intro. I mean,
what's that guy that used to like jump on you and like
all of them?
Yeah,
they all did.
I think that's kind of the premise of wrestling.
The very big dude. He had like a receding hairline, and he sounded like like a bar. His name is like a bar in Cape Town on Long Street, like Rafiki.
Bro, you're saying Rafiki, things, and I'm just like, what? So the tickets for the show, right? Is available on direnoise.com, right?
Yes.
So it's www.direnoise.com.
Direnoise.com. The tickets are there. You might see the website change today just to update so people can read it. Is
there a price difference between the
so and online it's $60 online.
Yeah.
And it will be about $80 at the gate. So the 20 rand's just that you're saving by keeping it digital. Keep away from paper and stamps, And Yeah, it's and the ticket's digital on your phone. We'll scan it at the gates. Also, just for safety, vibes. We don't want to have a complete free fall in the suburbs. We actually want to play another show in the future.
Project X.
Yeah, like no. Don't utter those. Yeah, he's cursed. Yeah, now we're cursed.
Bro, okay. We've got to wrap it up. Yeah, I have one last question for you, man. What was the weirdest, craziest thing to happen to you guys that you've ever seen or experienced at a live show, whether it be your own show or another artist show that you were attending? Feel free to, it can be controversial, just like, no cushion, there are children here, so watch your profanity. What's the craziest thing you've seen or experienced at a show?
He was there, we weren't playing the show, we went to watch a show in Cape Town, and a friend was trying to tell everyone to stand back from a wall of death, and like, we were like, just leave us alone. And all of this, when the crowd splits in half and they run into each other, for those who don't know. But he was trying to grandpa everyone, like, hey, stand back, it's going to be a wall of death. And then the song started, and he just got flattened by two.
Absolutely mauled.
Yeah, like absolutely mauled. And I don't know why it was funny, but because we knew him, it was funnier. Like,
yeah, that was a good one. I think for me, keeping it local, I would say just seeing Dom on stage.
Yes.
Dom,
yeah.
Dominique,
eat the microphone while performing. Because
literally the first metal show I went to watch was at Alsatian Club. I think I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And Six Arms of Chaos was playing, and he was doing vocals at the time.
Six Arms of Chaos.
And that was eye-opening. It was it's quite a spectacle seeing him on stage. Well, he's the vocalist for Boiling Point, by the way, who's playing the show.
And he will eat the microphone.
So Warmer Scouts will turn out to Jan. There's going to be some mic eating, some John Cena singing. No John Cena sightings, though, obviously.
It's backfired entirely. I'm never leaving Woolworths now.
I'm never leaving Woolworths now. Aircon and what Woolitos, Doritos, Woolworths.
Do they have Wi-Fi there? Because then you can work.
They got Wi-Fi, they got coffee,
you can sit in your car with your laptop.
Wage exploitation.
Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It was great chatting to you and catching up. Thank you for coming through, guys. It was a blast.
It was awesome. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Would you like to quickly just tell us, before you head out, where can we find you and your band and your music on social media and music platforms?
We are at dianoise.com. You can find us under the artist tab next to Boiling Point, and you can find us on Bandcamp. All our music is for free on our website. If you want to own a digital copy or physical copy, they're all available on Bandcamp as well. And YouTube, that's also there. We're on Spotify, iTunes, everything you need. So
Alrighty. Taking over the world, bro. So do remember to head to dianoise.com, get your pre-sale ticket for the upcoming punk, hardcore and metal show and Bri at Warmer Scouts Hall on the 29th of Jan. All ages are welcome. Capacity and tickets are limited. I'll be there myself with my band too, so I'll see you there. You're listening to the Rebels of the Bay show on MMR with myself, Roscoe Nefdt. Do stay tuned.